Counter Attack Podcast with myself, Daps. Guys, make sure you keep liking, subscribing, sharing, all of that good stuff. Yeah, sorry guys, I've been ill the last couple weeks. So, last 7 to 10 days I've been ill. So I haven't really put out any content. In fact, I haven't put out any content, but that's why, because I've been ill. COVID tried to wipe me out like a maniac, but I'm here, still standing, back and I'm better. So the annoying thing is, I was just recording for you guys and I realized I hadn't pressed record for the audio, and something just told me, just check, and I got 20 minutes in. I can't lie to you guys, I don't think I'm doing 20 minutes again. We're going to do about 15. But I'm going to do a proper podcast for you guys tomorrow. And I've got a guest as well coming. Not tomorrow, but at some point during the week. So I can give you that. But very quickly, I'm just going to fly through like some of the hot topics from the weekend. And what I did want to say is, obviously, since I last recorded a podcast, it's coincided with Havertz. Oh, wow. I think the boxing... Oh, Chris Billam-Smith won. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm watching the Chris Billam-Smith fight. But yeah, what I would say is that Havertz in the last couple of weeks has started to really come into his own. And I feel like a lot of people won't say much because they only speak about it when he scores. So if he doesn't score, then he's not doing anything apparently. And what I like about Havertz is that in the last couple of weeks, even when he's not scored, he's impacting the game. So even against Villa yesterday, I felt like him and Saliba were our best players yesterday. And I like how he's starting to take responsibility. He's starting to, even physically, he's just looking stronger. It's almost like he now knows that he belongs in the team. He now knows that he deserves to be in the team. Whereas before, he didn't deserve to be in the team. He looked a bit lost. He's grown into his position a lot. And I just want to big that up, because the same way that people go off on him and slate him is the same way they need to give him the praise when he does well. So big up Havertz. In terms of the game yesterday against Aston Villa, I'm not even stressing. It was just one of those games that just wasn't Arsenal's day. It was one of those where I watch it and I'm looking at it thinking, yeah, okay, we're creating, we're playing well, we're defending okay. It's against a really tough Aston Villa side, but we're just not clinical. We're just not ruthless in front of goal. And that's it. It was just an off day. And what I don't like is that even with just off days, I'm still seeing stuff online about, I saw someone say something about Odegaard doesn't do enough in big games, and Zinchenko, he doesn't know how to defend. And I'm just like, why is it whenever Arsenal lose, it's like the end of the world? There are some performances where you look at and think you should be ashamed of yourself and whatever, but yesterday wasn't that one. Arsenal against Aston Villa was not one of those. If Odegaard puts that chance in, like he normally does with those sorts of chances, I know for a fact that person will be like, oh, that's our captain. Yes, great goal and whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? If we win, everything Zinchenko did in that game that was positive will be highlighted as opposed to the negatives. We didn't lose that game because of Zinchenko. No, we lost that game solely because we didn't put away our chances. So we need to stop being so reactionary. I hate seeing it. And yeah, but you guys, let me know what you thought about that game. Am I being a bit too optimistic about it? Should I really be angrier? Should I really be slating the players, or was it just an off performance? Yeah, you guys just let me know what you think in the comments. And with that being said, I look at the league table. Like if I look at the league table now, and I think it's clear to see that it's between Arsenal, City, and Liverpool. And Liverpool, they won against Crystal Palace yesterday 2-1. Let me get the Premier League table up. They won 2-1. And what I will say though, very quickly, is that was never a sending off. It should have been a second bookable offence for Ayew. And the ref killed the game. I'm not going to come here and talk about the ref and make it about them, but just know that he had a mare. That was a nightmare decision, because It was a foul, 100%, but not all fouls are yellow cards. So, and I just feel like he just did too much. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, no Liverpool player was complaining, asking for a yellow card. Crystal Palace players were like shocked as anything when he gave a yellow card. And he killed the game because Crystal Palace were, I felt like they were in control of that game. I felt like they were managing the game well. And then obviously, when you go down to 10 men against a strong Liverpool side, the game's always going to change, and which is ultimately what happened. So yes, Liverpool got the win, but the ref majorly helped them out there. And Liverpool, I just feel like right now, so Arsenal are second, 36 points. Oh, we're only a point behind Liverpool. Okay, cool. Liverpool are first, and Aston Villa are third. I mean, I don't think they will stay there, but they're third right now, 2 points off the top, 1 point behind us, Arsenal. Man City are 4 points behind Liverpool, 3 points behind Arsenal. So it's close up there, and even mentioning Aston Villa, they like Unai is doing a great job there, and they're becoming so hard to beat. But yeah, like I said, I don't expect them to stay up there. I think over the course of the season, he might get them into top four, but we'll see where they're at come February, because games are coming thick and fast now, and yeah, we'll just see where they're at. But yeah, no, Liverpool. The thing about Liverpool, what I will say is that they don't look as durable as they should right now. And I know, they could go on and, improve as the season goes on. Oh my gosh, I got a topic I want to talk about. I know they could go and improve as the season goes on, but right now I just feel like they give away too many chances. And they're not, a bit like Arsenal, they're not putting teams to the sword, and they can still be got at. Arsenal less so. But the topic I want to talk about is Trent Alexander-Arnold. So my thing, Trent's playing really well right now. So I just want to start off by saying Trent is playing really well right now. What I don't like is that every time he plays well, we have to go and talk about him being the best in the world in his position. And I'm not even saying he's not. I'm not even saying he is. I'm just saying, why do we always have to do that? Why can't we just say a player is playing well? But the moment you come around and you say he's playing really well, but he's not the best right back, it's like, you hate Liverpool. You know nothing. And I'm just like, why can't both be true? Do you get what I'm saying? So Trent Alexander-Arnold, what we praise him about is everything that's got nothing to do with a right back. It's his output in regards to, goals and assists. That's what we praise him at. That's what we praise him for. And he does it really, really well. And right now, he's on form. He's on fire. But if we look at, the other side of things, because like it or not, we have to look at the other side of things. And if he's not that great doing that, and it's not even that, you know what? If he's not the best at doing that, it's okay. It's okay. But we can still acknowledge that and still acknowledge every other good thing that he does. So I just don't know why it causes so much discourse online when you mention that Trent might not be the best player, the best right back in the world, even though you might highlight every other good thing that he does, even though you might say, yes, he's playing really well right now. It's crazy to me that you can't say those two things, and I just don't understand why. Me personally, anyone that knows I don't think he's the best right back in the world, but I think he's an outrageous player, and that's okay. I don't think he cares, about being called the best player in the world. I think he cares if you call him a good player or not. And I think he's a great player. I think he's a great player. Crazy player. But he's not the best in the world, sorry. And I'm just going to say that. Yeah. It's the same way someone was tweeting a compilation of Reece James against Manchester United, and it was like a bad compilation. And then their thing was, why are more people not speaking about it? And my thing was, people don't speak about it because anyone that knows anything about football knows that he hasn't had a consistent run of games, and what you're seeing is a result of that. But we know the Reece James that can come when he's had a consistent run of games, when he hasn't been injured, when he hasn't been suspended. We know. And someone came back and said, no, he's not good because Trent, and when it was Trent, and I'm just like, what has Trent got to do with this? So we can't even be objective about another player without even bringing Trent. It's crazy. It's actually crazy because when Trent goes through a drop in his form, which he will do because it's natural for players, we're gonna be back to saying, oh yeah, but this is Trent and da, 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 da. People like to flip flap. Sometimes to say a player is good without just doing the most. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's my little rant for that. In regards to that, Tottenham won today. Newcastle are looking really bad, but they just look tired. They just look like the Newcastle that we've come to know in regards to the energy and they're just sticking it on people. We're not seeing that right now, and their injuries and the games that they're having to play, you can see it's catching up with them because Champions League is it's not easy. It's not easy, and they've had games where they're putting in the yards, they're putting in the meters. Do you get what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know what's going to happen with them. I don't know where they're going to finish, but right now they are suffering. Tottenham, on the other hand, finally got their win, and I was saying that Tottenham are like Tottenham under Ange Postecoglou reminds me of Leeds under Marcelo Bielsa, and I'm saying that in the best possible way because they played exciting football, one of the most exciting football in the league. Their games, when you watch it, you're always going to be excited by them. You're always going to watch and be like, oh, what's going to happen next? But ultimately, they're going to lose. And I'm not saying they're always going to lose, no, because they obviously won today against Newcastle. But, you know, you can play all the exciting football you want, but at some point, something's got to change. Otherwise, you're going to end up getting more losses than you really should be getting. And I say that because there are some of those losses that they've had where it could have been avoided if things were switched up, if the way that they were managing the game was switched up a bit. That's it. But they remind me of Bielsa. Everyone loves watching them, but, you know, it's all good having an exciting brand of football when you're winning, but when you're losing. So that's what I meant. But yeah, they're looking good. Romero should have got sent off. Romero's a crazy guy. Romero is... I just don't know what to say about him anymore. I said a video the other day about that's the real Romero when he got sent off against Chelsea. But he did a tackle today on Callum Wilson and there was just no need. It's like something just in his head, something in Romero's head just tells him, I have to just go. I have to do something crazy. And he should have been sent off, in my opinion. I mean, he got the yellow card and it's fine. Some might say yellow was the right one, but for me, he should have got sent off. Manchester United, I want to talk about them. What I will say about Man United is that in the last week or so, as someone that digests a lot of like football media and, you know, analysis of the game, it's been so hard to listen in the last week because anyone that's got any sort of platform who hasn't got their own mind, they've just been jumping on the clickbait stories of Martial and Rashford. And it's just like, ugh, no one wants to talk about Ten Hag and his issues. No one wants to talk about the fact that United have gone to the same players that have got other managers sacked, so the Maguires, the McTominays and the Rashfords and everything. Instead, they want to talk about the performance and how Marcus Rashford and Martial are the reasons for the it's just so boring. And I just wish more people would come with stories that are, you know, of their own accord. Do you know what I'm saying? And not just follow what other people are saying. Because how you can see Man United lately and then just all you can talk about. And we need to have a conversation about Martial, 100%. And Rashford, 100%. But how you can look and just make it about them. Like, there's been no other topic of conversation when it comes to United losing outside of Marcus Rashford and Martial. It's crazy. Whereas I look at that and I'm like, Ten Hag ain't got a clue. Ten Hag don't know what he's doing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, he's falling out with players all over the place. There's no real style of play that you see when you watch him. His team's too easy to get at. His team selection. Ten Hag reminds me of a non-league manager. He reminds me of them managers that will mix it up after every loss. And then if they win, okay, we're going to go with that one. Until they lose, okay, we need to change it up. There's no real tactics, there's no real method behind the madness. Madness behind the method. Yeah, method behind the madness. There's nothing. And you can't be that way as a Premier League manager. And, we talk about signings and, Anthony has come in and it's been a bad signing and he keeps getting the game time. Højlund doesn't look like he's really hitting the ground running right now. Onana is Onana. We talk about his signings and we talk about sentiment in regards to the players that he decides that he wants to stick with and the players he decides that he doesn't want to stick with. And there's a lot to be questioned. And I honestly believe this week might be his last week. Might be. If they play Bayern Munich and Bayern Munich give him 4s and 5s, or it's just a bad defeat, and then they go away to Liverpool and Liverpool do the same, I honestly believe that could be his last week. Because losing 3-0 to Bournemouth is already bad. And that was supposed to be the result that kind of, if they won, it kind of buys him a bit of time. But if they lose to Bayern, lose to Liverpool, honestly, Ten Hag might be gone, especially if they're bad losses. If they compete, they'll give him time. But yeah, if they hold the 4s and 5s against both teams and they're bad losses, Ten Hag might be gone. That P45 might be there the next day after the Liverpool match. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about that. Chelsea, I'll touch more on Chelsea tomorrow. But they as well are bad. They just look like an immature team. Yeah, we'll talk about them more tomorrow. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Put topics in the comments because I will be recording again tomorrow and I'm going to need the topics. There's no Monday Night Football. I'm going to go live tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully go live tomorrow. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think and yeah, I'm out.